Hey!
Hey guys!
How are you guys doing today?
Welcome to another episode of Sunday Eats and Treats.
It's what day?
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo!
Woo! Arriba!
We're so excited. We love this holiday actually.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite ones just because we love Mexican food. So
yeah, I really would love to be able to tell you all about Cinco de Mayo, but I don't know anything about it other than, what do I know?
actually, the only thing that I know about it was what I was told when I worked at a Spanish radio station in San Francisco. One of the gentlemen told me that it was kind of a faux holiday. I go, what do you mean by a faux holiday? He goes, well, in the 70s, there was a real strong push to give Chicano pride and to build community around the Mexican and the Central American community in Southern California. And so they picked an event in Mexico that happened on the 5th where they ousted the French. The thing that they leave out is on the 6th, they came in and overtook the city again. That's the only thing I know about it. So whether or not it's true or not, that's what I was told.
So feel free to educate us and go ahead and, message it right there. We would love to know what it really is about. I mean, we could do the Google search too, but hey, if you guys know, you let us know. Cassie's talking to us. What'd she say? Judy, like your hair? Is that what you said? Oh,
I don't know. I can't read that far.
I know, I'm trying. Sorry. Thank you. Actually, my girlfriend, Kaya, she has a product called Monate, and it is awesome. It's been really working on my hair. But if you just like the style, all I did was I just pulled it back up and stuck it in a little thingy, Cassie. So thank you, though.
What I like is her shirt.
Yeah, my shirt. Check it out. You can see it from there. But
execute, execute, execute.
These are my 2019 goals. Execute. And so we're going to talk a little bit about this. But first, let's tell you what we're doing because we got pans going on back here that are super hot. So we are doing fajitas. I love fajitas.
Yes.
And so I'm going to actually show you what I've already cut up here. I started on the red onions and I took a whole onion, peeled off all the layers on the side. Now I'm going to cut off the ends and get to another layer of the skin. There's another layer there that you just want to peel off. Sometimes you can peel off too many. I know I do sometimes just because I want to make sure that it's fresh, a good piece of it. But I'm just going to take the last of the skin off and I'm going to just slice it long ways. This one's coming off too. Slice it long this way, okay? That makes sense. I took it in half already and I'm going to pop it on the grill. And we'll show you our grill in a little bit. And Jody over here go ahead.
I am cutting up the carne asada.
No, that one is not carne asada. That one is, I used a top.
This one's top sirloin, right?
I thought it was a top round.
Oh, top round, yes.
So I had a top round. We get our beef from a friend. And so we've got a top round here. And all I did was I marinated in oh shoot, I forgot the orange juice. Oh well, I was going to do
pour it on there.
Oh yeah, we can do that. So you want to marinate it in like a citrus. So I did orange juice, lemon juice, lime juice, a little soy sauce, garlic, and cumin, and that's it. So this is not going to cut, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. And so so he's cut up all the meat already. Now you could do your fajitas with chicken too, or whatever kind of meat you like. So we're doing steak fajitas. We may or may not do chicken, I don't know. We'll decide. Who else is with us? Eddie! Hey Eddie! Oh dang it, Jody's a little loud over there. So after he's, and then you're going to need to stir that up.
Yep, I'm going to.
So what do you got, a quarter?
I got a quarter cup.
Okay, so a quarter cup of juice, that's fine. Orange juice is fine. Yeah. And then I'm doing the bell peppers, and all I have are like these little baby ones. I love these because you can use them for snacks and stuff too. Super easy. But you can get the big bell peppers and then cut them all up. So all I'm going to do is I want to cut these in quarters. Before I do that, I'm going to start the onions right now. I'm just going to put it on my grill right here. And you're going to hear it. Oh, I guess not. Can't hear it too
well. I can hear the sizzle. That's one of the things that I think make fajitas so fun is actually the sound. And it's amazing how much the sound and the smell of foods actually adds to the experience and to the flavor. So We've actually been marinating this for a couple hours. Obviously, I just added a little bit more orange juice on it for the citrus. But yeah, one of the things that Judy and I were talking about as we were going to make this today is like, we want to make them like chapalas, because chapalas is our absolute favorite Mexican restaurant.
And I really still don't know how to make it like theirs, but the best way I can is to do what I think I know. What do you think?
I don't know. We can either Google it, which I don't think there's a chapalas Google recipe, but
I didn't try to Google that. No, I haven't. But that's okay. Your pan, I'm going to turn it up a bit.
okay.
So we've got 2 iron pans going. One is actually, it's actually called a cellophane pan. I think that's the name of it. But basically it's got ridges in the center. Yeah, Jody can bring it to you.
It's got ridges.
I don't know if they can see it, babe.
Yeah, they might be able to.
Let's see. Let's move the spot.
Okay.
That's the grill. So it's a grill pan.
Okay.
But you don't have to have that. If you just have a regular pan, I mean, whatever. I just want the grill marks. But the way to get the grill marks is this heat has to be pretty hot. Okay, so I've got some bell peppers, and I'm kind of cutting them in like maybe 1/2-inch slices. Yep. And that is it. I'm just going to keep cutting this. Do you have another cutting board and you can help me cut the rest?
I can. Well, I'd have to clean the one that I have.
There's
for
other.
you.
We have wood
That
one.
is true.
You just have to get another knife. Like that. So these little guys I cut in half, and then you can cut them in quarters if you want to. And then I take the stems off. And I like this because, well, they're not very seedy. Someone out there is doing yard work, so it's like super loud out there. I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, anyways, they're not super seedy, and I like doing these. So we've got the onions going, and I'm going to go toss them a little bit. But what we're going to talk about today, babe?
So
oh yeah, my shirt.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Yesterday, okay, speaking of goals of 2019, I'm going to show you 2019. My goal is to really execute and just work what I want to work, like whatever it is, kids, family stuff. So pertaining to biz, yesterday I was at the Mother's Day Expo. So I don't know if you saw any posts on that, if you saw my stories on that. I was at the Mother's Day Expo, and I wasn't quite sure how to do that. First of all, I wasn't even like planning on doing an expo. And because I heard my girlfriend doing her expo, she's the Monate, that's Kaya Daniels, she's the Monate representative, and she was doing the Mother's Day Expo. She told me about it. I'm like, how about we do it together? And so, you know, that just sparked it all. So it's kind of, there's a couple things I want to share with you. Like, if you know, you're not sure about doing something, but then, okay, let me back up. I was grateful to Kaya for telling me about it. So that was the first thing. First thing is, you know what, whatever you're doing, share it. Share what you're doing, because somebody else might want to do it too. And that's like, you know, helpful to other people to learn from you, right? So it's okay, even if you're scared about doing something, to share it, because she didn't know what was going on. She was asked to do one, and so she's like, all right, I don't know how to do this. But she had the courage to do it, and thus by telling me about it, she gave me the courage to do it. Because I was like, she's new at this whole expo, or even the business, and I was like, all right, she's doing it, maybe I can do it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's that whole, what are you doing? Oh, he's putting the meat in. It's that whole sharing of ideas. And so, even if I didn't have any idea of how to do this biz, or how to do a trade show, I just said, you know what, my goal is to execute this year. That means just get it done. Like, you know, plan obviously a bit, but say you're going to do it. And the one way you do that is commit and schedule yourself to do it. Meaning, there's no turning back now. It's kind of like painting a wall. You know, it's like, I want to paint that wall red or something, right? So then you're like, I don't know, should I paint it, should I not, should I paint it, should I not? And then let's just say you throw some paint on there. Well, you got to do something about it now. So you've just committed. Like, you just got to do it. I know how it feels to just like plan and think and do and plan and plan and plan and never do it. I mean, yeah.
I think that's one of the things that, you know, as I watched you and I listened to you and Kaya prepare and you and I bounced ideas off. Number one, like you said, you were invited to participate, or you had the idea, hey, let me do that. And two, you grabbed hold of it with full intent and said, all right, I'm not quite sure all of the steps that I need to do, but I know that I can figure it out. I'm going to take the leap of faith, and I'm going to ask some questions. I'm going to put together some ideas. I'm going to put together some materials that I think people would be interested in. And you took the big leap of faith. And I know the night before, you seemed a little nervous about
I was nervous.
A little nervous about the whole thing, and I kept saying it's going to be okay.
Yeah, because I was like thinking, what happens if someone asks me this, and what happens if someone asks me that? And you're like, you know, just be you.
Just be you. And I think that's an important lesson, is that in anything that you jump into, when you start to execute, don't lose yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. Just bring your personality and your experience and your love, your passion for something to the game. And when you bring it to the game, that shines through, and people latch onto you. They don't latch onto a product or a service. They latch onto you. People like to buy and engage from people that they like and trust. And so when you bring your own personality, your own flavor, that's really ultimately what brings them in, and it gives you a great experience to not only share what you're passionate about, but also it gives you a platform to not only see how people respond to you, because I think that was a big one, is like, all right, when I start talking, what are the triggers? What are the keys that they're looking to solve, or the things that they're trying to fix, or the problems in their life that they've been pondering about? As you just put yourself out there and just start sharing from the heart instead of sharing your product,
yeah, like sharing,
makes a big difference.
Statistics. It doesn't really, you know, I mean, it does definitely help to know what you're talking about, like a little, like to understand, but really, I'm not even talking about product. Let's just step back, because there's something that he said here that's like, that made me think, okay, when we start a family,
that was a big leap of faith.
you can read all the books you want about raising a little baby and try to figure out, like, okay, let's learn the basics. Like, you gotta feed them, okay? You gotta change the diapers, okay? You gotta help them go to sleep. You know, there's basic things that you probably should know, and you don't know, you can ask, right? Or look it up now. We got Google, and you got books. But I mean, seriously, you learn as you go. We're still learning as we go.
Yeah.
And even as parents of adult children and parents of teenagers, they all are a mixed bag. Every single one, it's just a mixed bag. So don't think that, you know, oh, well, I got it all down pat now. Guess what? Something else changes. Something happens. And that's okay. Learn as you go. You don't have to know everything now.
And I think one of the things that's cool about that, especially with the example of children, is number one is going to be completely different than number two. And so as you experience their personality, their quirks, their wants, their desires, their passions, you have to learn how to parent differently.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important thing. I think a lot of times we get into, oh, it's supposed to work this way every time. Yeah. And guess what? New people, new situations, new events, they're going to change the way you approach every situation and every personality.
So, for sure, I want to show you this before I forget. That's all the bell peppers I have. That's all the bell peppers I have. And so, that's all I'm going to cook up. And then I was just easy peasy, just get some mushrooms. So, like sliced up. Guys, all it is for fajitas, all I did was red onions, bell peppers. I like the different colors. I don't have any green. That's okay.
That'll come with lettuce.
And no, I mean, I don't have any green bell peppers.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
Not green color. Just
gotcha.
Green pepper. And then mushrooms. That's all I put. And I didn't do anything other than put olive oil. I'm going to put a sprinkle of salt. And we just grilled it. Want to grab the onions and show them?
Sure.
Look at that.
That's going to be nice.
So, Okay, we're just gonna like turn this down. The meat's cooking. It's not hard.
No, it's super easy.
I'm gonna actually keep it separate, so I'm not gonna combine it together. I'll take a picture of it and put it on my stories so you guys can see how it turns out. But just to go back to this whole thing, guys, life is going to just be a mixed bag of what? Of anything.
Of
right?
anything.
And so it's okay. You want to do something, just start doing it. Plan it out. I think you should have some kind of plan. I think you should have some kind of idea of what you want to do. But part of executing is I don't mean like, okay, don't get me wrong. Like, let's just say you want to go skydiving. I don't mean just jump out of a plane. Don't worry about not having a parachute.
At least have a parachute.
Or don't worry about well, you got to plan that. You got to know that you've got to have a plane. You got to have a parachute. Okay, those are some things that right there.
There you go, I got it.
Okay, so those are some things. I'm not saying don't. Doesn't that smell good, sound good? I guess you can't smell it, but doesn't that sound good? It doesn't mean don't make some plans. It does mean that don't keep analyzing and planning that you paralyze yourself to not doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to put the red paint on and say, oh, now I'm committed. Now I got to do it. And if that means stating it on social media that I am, going to do 100 sit-ups by the end of this month, then put it out there. If that helps you commit yourself, do it. And then stick to it and just start doing it.
Yeah, I love it.
Just do it.
Just do it. I think that's a slogan of some kind. But yeah, I think one of the big things is, there are a lot of opportunities in life. Some of them are with families, some of them are with schools, some of them with starting a new business. They could be deciding to travel. I remember when Devin came home, he'd been in college 3 years, and he said, Dad, I need to take a break. I'm going to go travel. And he took the spring off and traveled all of Europe for 9 weeks. And it set his life onto a new trajectory that he or we could have ever imagined, and it's been great. But he had the courage and the willingness to step out of his comfort zone, because let's admit it, a lot of us are in the zone, the comfort zone, and we just need to sometimes go, you know what, I have this idea, it's been stewing in the back of my head, the back of my heart for so long, now's the day that I'm going to act. So if you got your dream and you're willing to pursue it, what's holding you back other than a big leap of faith?
And actually, that's a lot of it. That leap of faith, the whole thing, guys, is I think that when you have that tugging at your heart, tugging at your mind, all those kind of things, if it's eating at you or it's like you keep repeating and thinking about it, then...
If it doesn't go away,
I think
chase it.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's it, babe. I don't think we can show them any more other than that's cooking.
We just get to cook it.
And I'll take a picture of it and send it to you or show it to you guys on my IG stories and Facebook stories.
And we will post the marinade that Judy put together.
Yep.
So.
Yep, super easy.
Yeah.
All right. And, oh yeah, you can serve this on wheat flour tortillas, your corn tortillas, and I'm actually going to be doing. Yeah, you could do some rice. I'm actually going to be using romaine lettuce as my like the little cups,
Her little taco. She's got a lettuce taco bowl.
So lettuce wrap thing. So that's it. You guys have a beautiful Sunday. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, don't forget to tune in to our podcast on
yeah.
Thursday, Choose Don't Excuse. And next Sunday,
Oh, it's Mother's Day.
since it's Mother's Day,
Happy
we're going to
Mother's
give
Day.
her a break. So.
Well, this is actually his birthday too, but it's actually Thursday's birthday. But we do a family dinner on Sundays, usually before or after the birthday. So happy birthday! And he's helping me with this, so I don't even know what he means by we can't do Mother's Day. But usually it's a bigger event. So
we're gonna take a family day, just like you should.
So happy Mother's Day in advance to those moms, sisters, daughters, aunts, all of you guys. You're female, you're taking care of kids, whoever you are.
You're influencing lives on any level, so thank you very much.
We love you. Thank you for everything, and happy Cinco De Mayo.
See ya.
Peace out. Smells so good.
Smells
I gotta find a
awesome.
can.